If you love collecting and reading comic books, you are in the right place. My name's Comic Man Andy, and welcome to the Comic Man Andy Comic Cave and Comic Dojo. Say that 10 times fast. And it's new comic book day, and we've got some great books to talk about this week. So buckle up, hang tight. We're going to do our Monday thing. We're going to hang out with the live chat. We're going to show some books. We're going to talk about news and announcements, and we're going to kind of do it all over again on the back end for anybody arriving late. But tonight's episode has a special title. Comic books will break your heart. What does that mean? That means tonight's episode we're going to be working to bring some awareness to a friend in the community, a community member who is got quite the journey ahead of her. And we're going to get into that in just a little bit here, but we're going to get into this chat just as well and kind of welcome everybody. We're looking for good vibes, positive energy, and community support tonight as we have a new comic book day today. So yeah, let's see who was in here hanging out in the chat early. As we haul this hefty haul, we did not stay in budget this week. We are over budget, twice over. Plenty of cool books, some good deals, and some great covers. But man, we did all summer long. We stayed tight within budget. We stayed within budget, and we did really well. And then today, wham, we were looking at a $150 pull list for this week alone. But after discounts and after scratching away a little bit, we got it below 100, so that was good. But still a hefty haul. We're going to get into that here very shortly. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure you're clicking subscribe. Make sure you're leaving a comment down below, and make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. It's all about community support. We are adding additional moderators. We need more moderators. We need your help leading into the Comics Curing Cancer event for October 20th to the 22nd. We need a substantial amount of moderators for a 2-hour live stream. So those of you guys that are here every week, we're going to be making you guys moderators. Any of the new people coming in, hanging out that want to be moderators, please let's talk. Let us know. We need a good amount of moderators for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, so let's get into this chat here. Hanging tight, as always, GT Key Comic. What is up, man? Thanks for being here. Good to see you this week. X11 Bravo, what is up, brother? Good to see you as well. Thanks for being here. Holy moly, Wheelchair Superhero. Hi, all. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Happy New Comic Book Day. The Comic Vet, just coming off of his live show. Show me what you got. Don't forget to subscribe to Chris the Comic Vet over there for his weekly episodes of Show Me What You Got and everything else that he does. The Walmart hauls or the Walmart bag hauls. The you know what I'm talking about. You know, we've all looked at them. We've all picked them up. We've all opened them up wondering what's in them. Those Walmart grab bags of comic books. Chris is doing has been doing a series of those. A lot of fun over there. Make sure you're subscribed to Chris the Comic Vet. Another fantastic reason of having moderators here is everybody can share channel links. One of the big things we do on this channel is work to help build the community. And if you are a content creator making content, Kingdom of Nerds, #1, I'm calling you out. Kingdom of Nerds. We need you, sir. You are being made a moderator. If I can get to hold on, I need some more comments. YouTube just does it blocks the first comment there. Kingdom of Nerds is a content creator. We want to get his link in the chat and get that shared so people can subscribe. That's what we do here every week, helping to build the comic community to make sure that everybody is aware, everybody creating content, so that we. Oh, here we go. There it is. Add as moderator, Kingdom of Nerds. You are now a moderator. Ryan the Gray, I don't know how I didn't make you a moderator. You're a moderator now. As we continue to add moderators tonight, just know that we are looking for 20 to 30 moderators to be a part of the October 21st live stream they're going to be doing for Comics Curing Cancer here on this channel. It's going to be a 2-hour event, and we're looking for a substantial amount of moderators to be a part of that to help monitor for bots. Monitor for, you know, just the weird, crazy people that sometimes show up and try to kibosh events. You know what I mean? That sometimes happens. We need some help covering the bases for that live stream and that live event. And we also need some help building the comic community. That's what we do here. If you guys are moderators, don't be afraid to share your link. Share the link of other people. You know, Wheelchair Superhero should be set as a moderator. Yes, he is set as a moderator. Wheelchair Superhero has 2 channels that he does content on. So that's one thing we can talk about as we keep going tonight. It's Mysterious. Good to see you. Thanks for being back. Ryan the Gray is still here hanging tough. Kingdom of Nerds, absolutely. You guys subscribe to Kingdom of Nerds. Let's get that link in there if we can and check out his content. And we're going to jump into this as more and more people tend to show up. It takes a little bit. Not really, the algorithm doesn't really work for live streams. So it's pretty much once you start going live and people start finding it, they start showing up, kind of let that beat build as people show up. So we got everybody caught up in the chat, so to speak. We said hi to the people that are here. As more people show up, we're going to start showing the books here right now because we got a fair amount of books to go through, right? And we're doing it a little bit backwards. We're starting with indie books this week. There's no DC pulls, and yeah, I should have pulled some DC pulls. There are a couple of titles that I should be reading, and we're still working on that. And it's been probably 2 years that I've been saying that I'm going to work on that. Cosmic One, what is up? Thanks for being here. Good to see you very much. Good to see you very much. English is terrible this week. You know what I mean? There's Kingdom of Hearts dropping his YouTube channel. Like, make sure that you guys subscribe to Kingdom of Nerds, not Kingdom of Hearts. Like we said, English is rough this week. It's been a busy week, and you guys know how it is. But we're starting off with the indie books, and TMNT ongoing issue 143 hits the reading pile yet again. Fantastic cover. How many skateboard style covers do you see when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Not often enough, in my opinion. This is a killer cover this week. Looking forward to adding that. Well, I'm already adding it to the reading pile. I'm looking forward to eventually getting the time to sit down with a big stack of 20 of these books and just start binge reading TMNT on a cold, rainy, cold, crappy fall day coming up here soon. There we go. There's book number 1. JLS Comics, another fantastic YouTube content creator. Make sure you guys are subscribing to JLS. Somebody please throw his link in there. And yeah, absolutely. I know. It's rough. You roll right from life, right to family time, work life, right to family time, right to hobby time. Next thing you know, it's like you're getting 6 hours of sleep and you're doing it all over again the next day. Sticking with TMNT, we've got the TMNT Stranger Things crossover. I just think this is a fun little title. This is just a fun book. It's exactly what a comic's supposed to do, right? Just have fun and have a good time. Having fun and having a good time. Sometimes you get books that are just super. Tmnt, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Issue 4 is out. Super cool skull cover. I've not caught up on this book, but I'm excited. It's Jeff Lemire. How do you not read a Jeff Lemire title? I'm a massive Jeff Lemire fan. We've got Lemire and Sorrento. If you guys don't know the past works of Lemire and Sorrento, check them out. They're a powerhouse comic creative team, in my opinion. And Gideon Falls is the title that comes to mind. I had to think about that for a split second. Gideon Falls is one of the greatest books from an indie publisher. That absolutely phenomenal. Lemire and Sorrento killed that. So anytime I see Lemire and Sorrento on a title, I don't care if I have time to read it or not. I'm picking up the issues. Tmnt is one of those that I'm going to pick up and make sure that I have. And it's probably, I don't know if it's going to be a 6-issue or 12-issue series. I know Gideon Falls ended up running for quite a while. Issue 30, 31, 32, issue 29, issue 30, something like that. Over 2 years. So Gideon Falls was phenomenal. So I'm sticking with that creative team. What is Tmnt about? I'm glad you asked because my fried brain is going to pull it up right now so we can talk about that. We are going to make sure that we remember to bring up some of the questions and not get super lost and super behind on the chat. Tmnt, the Bone Orchard Mythos, Tmnt number 4, the 7 neighbors. Well, let's just go to issue 1 and talk about the premise from the very beginning because we're at issue 4 there. So here you go. From Eisner, a winning creative team behind Gideon Falls and Primordial and 10,000 Black Feathers comes the biggest and most essential project yet in the bold and ambitious new shared horror universe of the Bone Orchard Mythos. In this extra-length first issue, Jeff Lemire and Andrew Sorrento bring you the story of 7 residents in a building and the dark secrets that bind them together, beginning with a death that feels much more sinister than natural. Tmnt is the... Am I saying that right? Tmnt? I think I'm saying it right. Is the newest entry to the Bone Orchard Mythos from Lemire and Sorrento. This universe features self-contained graphic novels and limited series about the horrors waiting to be discovered within the Bone Orchard. So a spinoff from the Bone Orchard. Powerhouse creative team. I'm not going to miss out on that for sure. Even if I fall behind on the reading, I don't want to miss out on that. Chad Cave, what is up? Thanks for being here, man. Good to see you as well. Chad Cave is a regular on the channel, and Chad Cave is already a moderator. There you go. Like Chad, you just missed it. Coming up October 20th to the 22nd, we are in need of 20 to 30 moderators for a substantial live stream going on for the Comics Curing Cancer event, and that live stream is going to be on this channel, so we're making sure we've got plenty of moderators coming up for that, and there's going to be a lot of information leading up into that when we're going to be scheduling it for that Saturday the 21st. And sticking with indies still, so we got a fair amount of indies this week, is Time Before Time 27. And I thought a long time ago that this series was done and over with. It is not. And we're about 6 issues behind. I'm just going to, and some people are like, well, Andy, why don't you just buy the trade? I prefer to read single issues, or if I'm just an issue behind, I'll read digitally and then go back and reread the single issue. I prefer to collect and read single issues than I do trades. And that's how I enjoy comic books. So sometimes I go some lengths and stretches where I get 4, 5, 6 issues behind on some titles, and I'll sit and I'll read an entire title. One of the reasons why we're falling a little bit behind, and this is just some personal information, we are actually in the process of creating a corner in our household that's going to have a chair specifically just for reading with a couple of bookcases around it. That's not part of the comic cave down here, somewhere where we can read regular books or comic books. If I want to grab a stack of comic books, I got a nice reading chair to sit down that's got good reading light, because there's not good reading light down here. I have to have artificial light. And in the middle of creating that, it's kind of got everything all piled up and moved around a little bit, and one thing moved upstairs and so on and so forth. So creating an environment that is conducive to enjoying a title when you're reading it is really important in our household, because how crazy it can be with 3 dogs and a 6-year-old. So any of you that out there that are parents know full well that I've started comic books and put them down more than I can actually finish them a lot of times. And that's fine. That's life. But that's why I like reading issue to issue, because I don't feel like I'm not really like losing my place in a big graphic novel, so to speak. But Walking Dead issue 71, The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 71 is out this week. And I love rereading this series issue to issue in full color. This is one of the probably least talked about titles on a weekly basis. I got to be honest with you guys. I don't know any other channel that talks about The Walking Dead Deluxe on the regular in the community. I'm sure I might be missing out on a couple, but I will continue to talk about this every other week when it comes out, because I love reliving this experience issue to issue as it comes out. It's still $3.99, right? I believe it was $2.99, started out $2.99. Either way. So yeah, because it was now it's $8 a month. Price went up, but an additional $8 a month to reread this issue to issue, I don't mind. I don't mind the extra expenditure if I'm already reading comic books and picking this up. This is one of my diehard favorite indie reads and forever will be. And I'm glad to have the graphic novels all lined up over there that I can choose to read them that way, or I could pull these out of the short box and read them in color if I want to do that. It allows me to experience this series in color, which is one of the things that I wanted most when the first issues came out, even though Kirkman designed it to be black and white. But yeah, the story isn't about zombies. The Walking Dead are the humans, right? So issue 71 is out. Moving and trucking right along as we're already 13 minutes in. Function and comfort, my favorite combo, he says. Thanks, Ryan. I like that yut slab on your left. Yes, United States Marine Corps. That's one of the prized pieces of my collection right now, being that I was also a machine gunner in the Marine Corps, and this is the last issue? If I remember correctly, yeah, this is the last issue in that United States Marine series, and it has a machine gunner on the front. And a 4.0, good, cool, super cool grab from Heroes Con this year. Phenomenal event with a bunch of good friends. But we're still with Indies. We're still rolling strong as more people roll in the chat. Don't leave. We're going to be going over news announcements shortly. The Daryl Dixon show on AMC is really good. That's one of the things why I want to kind of separate and get my reading stuff off into a corner somewhere away in the household in a hidey hole, so that I'm not near a TV or anything else, because I also want to make sure that when I'm coming back around, I want to sit down. We've never finished watching The Walking Dead in this household because we stopped at season 7. There's a lot of that to watch. Problem is, raising a 6-year-old right now, you gotta find a time and place to watch that stuff. And right now, with all the great Star Wars content that's going on, it's kind of hard to get caught up on past shows. But we're gonna get there. We are gonna get there because we want to get caught up to the point where we can watch the spin-off series for The Walking Dead. Speaking of series and speaking of dead, this series isn't dead, but man, my heart struggles with this right now, because after a extremely long hiatus, a storied hiatus, one might even call it a saga of a hiatus. Saga issue 66 is out, and I absolutely love Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples as a creative team, but I just don't understand why, after that long of a hiatus, the creative team comes back, says they have a plan, and we're 2 2 more delays into the last 54 issues. There was a 6-month delay, and I think we're just coming off of a 3-month delay. Now, this most recent delay, my understanding from other community members, thank you to them for helping me out on this, was it wasn't a delay on their part. It was something with the publisher. I don't know. I'm so kind of like, give me the Saga issues and let's get there, because I'll be honest with you guys, that first arc of Saga being back after the 5 or 6 year hiatus, whatever it was, did not deliver the Saga that we were looking for. This arc is phenomenally better and wrought with 2 long delays now. So it's just, think of Last Ronin and how much of a powerhouse release issue 1 was, and how quickly that fizzled out because that series was wrought with delays. And now if we're going to be wrought with delays for the last 54 issues of Saga, it's just not going to hit the same way. It's not going to carry the same way, and it's not going to hold the same weight for the Saga fandom. That, you know what I mean? I could talk about this all day long. It's hitting the reading pile. I did not read this issue today. I gotta sit down, and now because of the delay, I gotta reread 3, 4, 5 issues and get back in the mindset that I want to be in before reading this issue. So that's where I'm at. It's not like it's creating work or anything, but it's just like, come on. You get comfortable with a title that's out monthly. You get comfortable with retaining that knowledge month to month. And then when they go on a break, then you just got to kind of rebuild that. 13 people here watching live. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you're hitting subscribe as well. Past Point Comics says, I've never read the reprinted versions of The Walking Dead. Are there added panels to the reprints? I don't know, because the last time I actually sat down and read my graphic novels was years ago. And I don't know that I've sat down and actually compared them. Like, I've got enough of a distance between reading the graphic novels and rereading this deluxe coming out that I can't pick up and notice additional panels right away. But I don't know. I don't think so. I think the only addition they did was add color and add some stuff at the end, like some of the letters, some of the other things, some of the artwork, but not too much. Luke's Comics, what is up, man? Thanks for being here. Luke is also a moderator. There you go. Like we said, we're going to need a lot of moderators next month. We're still in the indie titles. Speaking of another title that's kind of carrying some weight with me, is Something's Killing the Children. Issue 33 is out. This is tonight, right now, after this episode airs, or we're done being live. I'm going to go right to the email, and I'm going to email my LCS. Says, all right, I'm just down to the cover A on this now. That's something that I've hemmed and hawed on over the last couple of months, last 6 months actually. And every time I forget and they come back out, they absolutely wow me with some phenomenal covers. This time around, they're all right, but it's just carrying a little bit more weight than I want to be. I'm just going to go down to cover A. We got the unlockable Deladera variant that they wanted 15 for. I'm not sure why with the Deladera unlockable was 15, but we did not even see the ratio variants. Either my LCS didn't order enough copies to get ratio variants, or the ratio variants were spoken for, which I don't think they got the ratio variants. We were like number 1 or number 2 on the list for Somebody's Killing the Children as far as all covers, all copies when it first started in 2019. So we were at the top of the list when it came to ratio variants. I don't think they ordered enough copies for ratio variants. I think they ordered what they could order and called it quits with that, because the series is starting to drag. A lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people I've heard have even dropped it, actually. But this, I don't even know. I got to look at League of Comic Geeks. And in fact, we'll just pull it up as we go through some of these covers, because normally I kind of have that figured out ahead of time. And like I said, it's been an insane week, and we're playing catch up hardcore. I mean, like playing catch up way more catch up than I'm comfortable with normally. This is the cover E FOC reveal TBD artist variant. So League of Comic Geeks has no information on the artist on this. It's just the FOC reveal TBD. It's a good looking cover. It's not something that blows my mind entirely, but as Lady Fantastic iterated earlier, it's like the monster's just taking a crap, taking an Erica Slaughter. Oh, it's taking a slaughter. Either way, I can appreciate the art. I like it. It's just not one of those covers that completely knocks my socks off. It's good. What I did really like was this one coming up here. It was the cover B, the Ward variant, because on League of Comic Geeks, it showed it as a Virgin variant, but it prints out and comes out with the title card behind her. And I really wish they would have left it a Virgin variant, or yeah, essentially a Virgin variant. Good looking cover. minus the trade dress is what I mean to say. And then we've got the cover FOC reveal spot UV. And I think everybody's done and played out on gimmicks with somebody's killing the children. This is a great opportunity to kind of hide something in here. I do not have a UV light. I did not check it out, but just looking at it in person, probably the only thing that's going to light up is going to be the teeth. I feel like we've already played that game with this title, and it was cover price, and it was in the pull box. And essentially, I ordered all covers, all copies, all printings with this title still until I cancel it tonight. So we're grabbing it. We're paying for it, and that's indies. That's a massive chunk of indie covers and indie books this week. So now we're moving on to Marvel. Predator versus Wolverine. We grabbed cover A because the other ones were just kind of homages that I wasn't really interested. I should have looked for the Scotty Young. I did not see the Scotty Young. That was super cool cover. Issue 1. I'm a sucker for anything Predator Alien. I don't care what the crossover is. If it's got Predator or Alien in it, Predator versus Alien, Alien versus Predator, Predator versus Wolverine, Alien versus Deadpool, I don't know. I'm going to read it. It's just one of those late 80s, 90s nostalgia things for me growing up in those Predator and Alien movie franchises that I'm going to continue enjoying, because let's be honest, the Alien and Predator franchises have not done well on the big screen. They have not been written well enough to do well on the big screen and carry that forward. So these little nostalgia hits for me for Aliens and Predators are just kind of fun. It does exactly what a comic book should do: provide a little bit of entertainment, have fun, and then there we go. Still into Marvel. Aggressively relaxing. What is up? The Young is absolutely. Scotty Young is the best cover for sure. AR, what is up, man? Predator versus Wolvies was more expensive than I was expecting, but I had to get it. More expensive? Son of a bitch. $7.99? Why? I didn't even look at the price. What the hell? Are you? Oh my God. That's my own fault. That's my own fault. Like, let me look at the pull list here. I didn't delete it already. Yeah, I already deleted it. I'll pull that up later. God, that's kind of a kick in the nut. Hold on. There we go. All right. That's kind of a kick in the nuts. $7.99. I was just about to say it did exactly what a comic book should do at cover price, like $3 or $4. This is an $8 book. I paid $8 for this. What the shit? All right. All right. That means what's up with the camera tonight? Oh my God. Chill, camera. So apparently I've got to read the book twice. Oh God. AR, thanks, man. Prey was yes. Okay, yeah. I will take what I said, because Prey was phenomenal. Predator, Prey. Thank you. Yep. Agreed with you guys. I grabbed the Scotty 2 today. I wish I would have. Seriously. I just feel like I got a swift boot in the ass. $8 for that book. like, come on. Alien versus Predator is not an $8 book. I don't care. Marine Corps. Yeah, that's for sure me. Cran math for sure. Kenneth Bird, what is up, brother? Thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. Prey was awesome for sure. I take that back. Prey was awesome. All right, we're still with Marvel, getting into my favorite franchise right now. Then we're going to hit up announcements, because like we said, the title of tonight's episode is Comic Books Will Break Your Heart, and there's a very big reason that we're going to talk about that. Very big announcement there. Star Wars Dark Droids D Squad. Insert childish joke wherever you want. But finally, we've got a cover with Chopper, our lovable war criminal. Chopper's finally on a God-forsaken cover. Issue 1. I can't wait to read this one tonight before I go to bed, because if it's got some Chopper love in there, I'm going to be really happy. But why are we naming a D Squad? Why are we naming it D Squad? I got to find out. Why we're naming it D Squad. Because the first thing that comes to my mind is that C-3PO card with the D that everybody... Yeah, you know what I mean. Bounty Hunters issue 38 Dark Droids crossover. Sweet General Grievous cover. And leading further into the connecting variants. And we better see Chopper in these connecting variants. I swear. Give me some Chopper, yo. Then just 6 left. Just 6 more. I feel like if there's only 6 more, we'll be done before Christmas. 40th anniversary, Return of the Jedi. I'm never ordering any more of these the anniversary variants. The Clone Wars 15th anniversary Clone Wars are good, But I really want to get away from these photo border kind of Star Wars books. I got 2 short boxes of them now, it seems like. Speaking of the Clone Wars anniversary variants, all right. Anniversary variants, schmanniversary variants. But seriously, this is an absolutely killer Cad Bane cover. Clone Wars 15th anniversary cover, Bounty Hunters. Cover price, $4.99, right? I better double check. AR, I better double check. $4.99. And who was it? I think it was Paper Chase Comics on Instagram said, these West Thrawn Cowboy variant covers are phenomenal. Absolutely freaking hilarious comment from Paper Chase Comics, if I remember correctly, on IG. Killer Cad Bane cover. Absolutely love this. And I can't believe this is a cover price variant. This easily could have been slid into a ratio variant with you drop the trade. This is really cool Cad Bane cover. I got a couple of those Cad Bane covers today. Yeah, Ryan the Gray said he grabbed them for sure. It was that moment the Emperor realized he had. Yep. Totally missed the Chopper cover. You got to go back, man. The Chopper cover, get to the Chopper. It's cover price, man. It's cover price. Last new comic book day book we bring up before we get into a couple of purchases, and then we get into some announcements. Bounty Hunters 38, the 1 in 25. Yes, we did get that. Super cool General Grievous cover. I like it a lot. It's almost like they had this set up as a Clone Wars. No, it looks staged a little bit. It's super color and super cool. And Berendis variant 1 in 25 at ratio. Probably gonna be able to be found for $15 or so in 6 to 8 weeks. So if you're patient, grab this in 2 to 3 months. If you want it right now, got to have it today or tomorrow from your LCS, and they have a copy. Just don't pay more than ratio. Know that you're probably going to lose $10 or not lose. You're supporting your LCS for sure, but know that value of the ratio variant is going to dip within a month or two after release. Super cool cover. It looks way better in person. It looks kind of dingy and dark on the camera, but the lightsaber glow looks really cool in person, and that's kind of what's making it look dingy on the camera. Either way, those are the new comic book day books. Now we got to get into some pickups because you guys know that we're picking up books. Bjorn Bendis had some real bangers this week for sure. Comic Shop has like a 9.2, still has a 9.2 for a 9.2 of what? What? Shoot me a DM. Like, what do they got for $20? Either way. Speaking of $20, I think I actually paid under $20 for this. We've got another Star Wars: The Clone Wars. But this is an issue 8 newsstand. Nope, issue 7. Sorry, I think it was 8 last time we picked up. Newsstand cover, because these are much more difficult to find. And what I mean is, now that the Ahsoka show is out and more people are paying attention to that and Star Wars in general, more and more newsstand variants are showing up online on eBay and other places, which means I can affordably chip away at the newsstand collection. What do I mean by affordably? I'm probably never going to be able to grab a number 1 that's in decent shape for as expensive those are, because a record sale just recently, I don't think it was a record actually. I think it was like the second highest. 9.8 CGC Clone Wars number 1 sold on eBay for I think a little over 8,000, around 8,200 mark. And that's a substantial rebound of a little over $1,000 from its last sale. And that one was listed, if it's the same seller, that one was listed for $40,000 a few months ago when they first put it on eBay, and then they knocked it around, changed it around. They settled in that like $12,000 to $14,000 price range, and then it was readjusted to $10,000. And then a buy it now or a best offer closed it around that 8,100 and change mark, or 8,200 mark, something of that nature. But because of the Ahsoka series, because of the attention that Star Wars is receiving, more and more people are pulling these out of the collections. And if they don't want them, they're putting them on eBay, and we're able to grab these for $10, $15, $20, depending on the condition. It's only a 12-issue series, so I don't mind paying a little bit more to get the newsstand ones, because obviously newsstand books were dying out at this point. It's a lot harder to find in really good shape. This is a solid, very fine plus, in my opinion. Not quite a near mint minus. Going to be a really good book for the collection. Solid reader copy with just a couple of spine ticks, essentially. Happy to have it. Happy to add that to the collection. And talking about getting good deals, we scored a hella good deal. Who uses hella anymore? Oh, my Lord. Date myself finally. CGC 9.8, Darth Vader, number 4. Take a guess. I'm not even going to give you guys to take a guess. Third print. I did not have a third print for a graded third print for the collection. I had one third print in the short box for the Darth Vader short box, but it was not in gradable condition. It was just like a reader copy or a pull copy, a copy for that run to fill that spot. And this was, I think it was $50 with free shipping. So you knock $10 off and count that as $10 worth of shipping. Essentially $40 is the price to grade the book. So that's at cost. That's a phenomenal deal. $50 with shipping on any CGC 9.8 is essentially at cost. If you think about it, figure if they say free shipping, but you knock off $10 for the shipping, $40 is basically your cost to grade a book nowadays, with shipping to and shipping from and all that other jazz. So happy to add this to the Dr. Aphra collection because I did not have a graded third print. And I think it only went to 3 printings. So we just have to have, pretty sure we got the second print and we got the first print. So that completes that run of printings for Darth Vader 3. I don't believe it went to a 4th print. I think it was just issue 3 that went to a 4th print. Super happy to have this, which means it brings us to the end of New Comic Book Day books and pickups. So we're going to get announcements. We're going to hit up the chat, and we're going to go back through everything again, like the usual Wednesday thing that we do. Cool cover, Phil says. Absolutely. As we get some more bubbly beverage, and always love getting those Filoni covers. That's kind of what I was targeting, was the Filoni covers, to make sure we get those in newsstand before more and more people try to find them and grab them up, because the Filoni covers do carry more value, or at least people ask more value for the Filoni covers. And those are generally the ones that people want to get signed. They're the better covers out of that run, in my opinion, for sure. Would have grabbed the Grievous, but I had a few dings. Yeah, I get pretty lucky. The guys at my LCS, I try to look for corner dings and bends and all this other stuff as best as I can while I'm at the LCS picking up the books. But those guys, the LCS, do a fantastic job. That if they see any of that stuff, they usually pull it and try to get a replacement if possible, or try to get that book replaced due to damages if possible. Which is very helpful because it can take a long time to go through 20 or 30 books. You know what I mean? You don't really want damaged books if you're going to send them off for grading. Either way, if they are damaged and I get them home, that's fine. They just go into the reading short box as reader copies. That's cool too. But again, tonight, we talked about the title of this show being Comic Books Will Break Your Heart. Everybody here, take a moment. Pinned at the very top of the chat, you see over here while you're watching, is a link. That link is the GoFundMe link for Comic Books Will Break Your Heart, Jennifer. And we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight as we work to bring additional awareness to Jennifer's journey going on right now. And we're going to share that screen. And here is the GoFundMe page. That link will bring you directly to the GoFundMe page for Keep Jennifer Reading. Jennifer, a.k.a. Comics Will Break Your Heart, is a lifelong comics reader who has shared her love of the medium across hours and hours of video streams and podcasts. Her uncanny knack for combining deep insights and completely inappropriate comments have delighted thousands and infuriated dozens who, quite frankly, deserve it. A couple of months ago, Jennifer was diagnosed with a very serious and aggressive form of cancer at the age of 34. There's no good age to get news like that, but 34 is especially tough. The good news is she's already started treatment, and if there's a silver lining in there, it's that her age improves her odds of beating it. I won't read the rest. I empower you all to click the link, read the rest, and if you can donate now. The community there's over $11,500 raised so far into this GoFundMe, and there was a substantial amount of donations made within the last 48 hours. And now is the time to continue carrying that message forward so that it doesn't die out. We want that message to keep going throughout the month, leading into October, leading into the Comics Curing Cancer event as well, and have this campaign reach its goal for Jennifer. So everybody here, please take a moment, copy the link and save it in your phone, save it in a text message, save it somewhere where you can utilize it when you have a moment to take it and share it with friends and family. Everybody that I know of in this community and in my friends and family, pretty much everybody has been affected by cancer in one way or another. And it's something that we can work together to bring awareness to, as everybody that is on this journey, especially Jennifer here right now today, is receiving the support and backup from the community. Jennifer, the road that she is on going forward is a challenging road, but it is a road laden with comrades, peers, friends, family, and more importantly, the community to support her. So please take a moment at a minimum to share this with everybody out there. And if you're a YouTube content creator, you're a TikTok creator, IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, take a moment, snap a picture, and share a reel, share a YouTube short, share a TikTok, take a moment and share this out so that other people can share the link for sure, so that we're bringing more awareness to this. And we will check back on the campaign as we continue on into next week. We'll check back for next Tuesday. We'll check back next Wednesday. And we'll keep bringing this up and to help bring awareness and carrying that message forward so that anybody that hasn't been here the last day or two and they're here next week, they hear about it and they can share that link as well. Wheelchair Superhero says, peace out. Have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. Make sure that you guys are sharing the links out to your channels. Biggie Shack, brother, you have a wrench. Biggie Shack, man, you have a wrench, brother. Share your channel link here so that people can find you when we're talking about comic books. If somebody new stumbles into the community, we want to be sharing other channel links here so that they can find content creators they like and enjoy. And that's one of the big things here. And Biggie Batman, October 22nd, Comics Curing Cancer event. We're going to be hosting a 2-hour live stream here. Biggie, if you're available, we need as many moderators as possible to be here to be a part of that, to keep an eye on the chat. It's going to be a pretty long stream, so we'll see what happens. He says no problem. Ryan says later, everybody have a great show as always. You too, man. We're going to do what we normally do, and we're going to get back into this in just a little bit. She's a real sweetheart. So happy the comic community is coming together to help her for sure, 100%. Because I know if something was happening to one of you guys or to me, the community, like everybody, we all band together. It's one big giant community for sure. So we'll get back into these books here, and just super pretty Clone Wars. I love the Filoni covers. Super cool. Love adding that to the collection and being able to do it affordably too, because it's one of those things where supply versus demand. When the supply isn't high, if demand peaks up, the prices go up, then the supply will eventually hopefully outpace demand a little bit, bring those prices back down to something reasonable. Brian LCS, what is up, brother? Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Brian is also another content creator here. And Brian, eventually when the YouTubes, that bottom first content or comment when you're looking at the live stream, if you go to now, because they have the emojis that you can put in here and you can click hearts and all that other stuff, I can't click on the 3 dots on that first comment. So when Brian's comment pops up a little bit here, we're going to make sure that Brian is also a moderator for the channel, because we can use Brian's help leading into the Comics Curing Cancer event in October. If Brian's available to hang out even for a couple of minutes, that's also going to be a big help. Like we said, it's about quantity. You know that old argument, quality over quantity? Well, when it comes to a long live streamer, we need help keeping the bots out and all that other stuff. Quantity is definitely going to be a big thing. And I'm not saying there's any less quality, because you guys are nothing but quality people here in the community for sure. So here we're going to go over the books, but more importantly, talking about it right here. This is what we're talking about. The link for Biggie Shack. Make sure that you're clicking the link for Biggie Shack below and you're subscribing to him. Close to getting 1,200. Biggie putting out great content as always. And for sure, man, everybody click the Biggie link and check out Biggie and subscribe and hang out with Biggie. Hit the thumbs up on all his content too. So it's great stuff. Back into these books one last time before we call it a night. As Brian says, hi. Yeah, it's Wednesday. We're ready to sit down in the cozy reading corner. Are we going to name it that? I don't know. Indie books. We're hitting off on the indie books. We didn't pick up DC books. I know I should have. I know there's ones I'm missing. And I think DC is going to end up being one of those things where I read digitally to get caught up before I start picking up more single issues. But TMNT issue 143, a great skateboard cover with Michelangelo there. And I don't feel like there's enough skateboard covers now that I think about it. And they skateboard a lot. Very cool. Like we said, TMNT will forever hit the reading pile until I get a nice big long rainy fall break coming up here to catch up on 20 or 30 issues. And this isn't, it's not a variant cover. That's almost what I was going with, the variant cover. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Stranger Things issue 3. It's just a fun read. $3.99. It does exactly what a comic book does. If you're a fan of the Turtles, just pick it up and read it. You'll enjoy it. It's not going to be some mind-blowing spec book that blows your wallet out and is worth $200 later. It's just going to provide you the value that you paid for that book and enjoy while you read it. Speaking about providing some value, the powerhouse creative team of Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrento, I always get that name backwards, and I'm always terrible with names, but Tmnt issue 4. This is a spinoff of the Bone Orchard's mythos. And this is about 7 tenants living in a building and a death that is very interesting. I forget the word they were talking about. If you read Gideon Falls, is one of my favorite reads, but I always have a hard time remembering. If you read Gideon Falls, you're going to like this. It's the creative team of Jeff Lemire and Sorrento. It's a powerhouse creative team. We talk about collecting and reading comic books all the time, but we don't really talk about very often following the creative teams that we really enjoy. Like for me, Lemire and Sorrento. So if you enjoy this, if you enjoyed Gideon Falls, Primordial was another good one. Just pick up what they're writing, what they're creating, and you're not going to go wrong if you stick with the teams that you really enjoy. Even if you just follow writers, they occasionally pick up other artists. Lemire has done a lot of work to stay with Sorrento when creating titles, and I think it pays off. Time Before Time issue 27 is out, and I thought this series was ending some time ago. So the last 6 issues or so hit the pile. I got to get caught up on other things. Time Before Time, I'm picking it up because it's a Declan Shalvey book, and I'm a fan of Declan Shalvey. I even had the opportunity to interview Declan Shalvey some time ago for the Hero Initiative. Really cool guy, really cool artist. And if he was dipping into writing anything, I'm picking one again, following that creator, because if they're writing anything, I want to pick it up, check it out. And it was good. It had been good. It waned a little bit in the middle. And then towards the end, I've heard M3 Lions has told me repeatedly that it's gotten a lot better. So that's why I'm hanging with it and waiting for it to end. Walking Dead Deluxe issue 71 is out. And I'll say it like I always say it. I love rereading this series issue by issue, re-experiencing the series issue to issue as it comes out in color, because that was one of my things when the first series was out. It was in black and white, and I thought, man, it'd be so much better to have a zombie title in color. Well, The Walking Dead, as we all know, isn't about the zombies. It's about the people left behind. They become the Walking Dead. 71 is out, adding that, because that's a good, fun read. It's just a read that really sticks in my heart as one of my all-time favorite indie reads. And I really want to get caught up on the show this fall and get into the spinoffs that are happening now. Speaking of getting caught up, Saga issue 66 is out. Now, normally this is a title in a series that I would read immediately after I picked it up from the LCS, but they're coming off of another break. After a 5-year hiatus, they're finally coming off of another break. They came off of a substantially long break. The first volume, or the first title series, not series or title, but the first arc that they came back with just wasn't the Saga that we were hoping for. At least I was hoping for. And then after that arc is done and closed, this arc is getting really good. And then we're hit with 2 more long hiatuses. I don't know why the last one happened, and I'm not going to even bother to spend the energy to figure out why. I'm just going to get this one read tonight or tomorrow and find out where we're at and what's going on with that. And in fact, I'm not even going to be able to read it tonight or tomorrow, because I've got 3 or 4 past issues that I want to read to get into the headspace that will be issue 66. That's really what I'm going to do. So honestly, I would love to sit down and read Saga 66 tonight, pining to get caught up with that. But because of the break, again, I'm going to have to go back and read several issues to get back into the headspace to get where I need to be to read issue 66. This is why any long-term breaks or longer breaks in an ongoing month-to-month series are detrimental to the story, because some people, I'm struggling with my attention span now as a grown adult. You imagine all the 20-year-olds, 3-month hiatus on a comic book, they're never coming back. Most of them aren't even reading comic books. The one that are reading comic books, they're not going to come back and pick that up month to month after a substantially long break. You know how many people lost or done with Saga because of the 5-year break that they took? Imagine the attention spans people have now. Attention span is even more shorter than it was and it ever has been. So after that long hiatus, being told that they're coming back strong with 54 issues to close it out over time, and then hitting another break. All right. We've lived it. We'll figure it out. We'll get through it. And then here we are at another break. All right. Fool me once, shame on me. Shame on you. Fool me twice. You know, that old adage, boy who cried wolf kind of thing. At what point are we just going to have the series hit a stride? That's where I'm at with Saga. Speaking of hitting a stride or losing a stride, Something Killing the Children, issue 33 is out. This is definitely where I now jump off the bandwagon and keep it to just cover A. And if things don't shape up soon, we're going to be dropping the series altogether. 33 issues, 29 end of 2019, fall of 2019, I think it came out. So we're talking 3.5 years of a title, ongoing title that we've kept up with. And now it's like I've been hemming and hawing about all the variants for 6+ months now. And they come out swinging. And then this month, they just really... They didn't really come out swinging as hard as they had in the past. I mean, my LCS didn't even order enough copies to get all the ratio variants. And the unlockable Deladera variant, they wanted $15 for because they didn't have the other ratios to make up the money on. So I had to uppay a little bit for the unlocked one. The rest of them are all cover price. Good-looking covers. Again, this was an unlocked TBD variant that people hadn't seen before FOC, or it showed up after FOC maybe. It did show up on League of Comic Geeks last night. And then the cover B, if I remember correctly. And then another gimmick cover, and I am one for gimmicks. I love foil covers. I love gimmicks, but I just feel like this is reusing a cover that they had already done, and they just made it like a glow in the dark, or it's like a black light, a UV light reflective variant. I picked it up only because it was cover price, and I think the last one they did something like this with, it was like the glow in the dark one that was, I think, $10 or $15. It was not a ratio, or maybe it was. Either way, I think it's safe to say that now is the time to just stop buying Somebody's Killing the Children variants, in my opinion, and just read the series. And if it's not going to hold its own as a series, time to move on. It might just be time to move on. Speaking of that, we're moving on to Marvel and Predator versus Wolverine. AR, are you still here, AR? I talked about Predator versus Wolverine just being a fun comic book that kind of fits that nostalgia niche, tickles that nostalgia niche for me, or tickles, you know what I mean? That nostalgia hit, because I grew up in that era of Predator movies and Alien movies, and I just kind of like it. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It just has to be a fun comic book. And I was about to say it does what it's supposed to do for a comic book at $4.99. I didn't even realize that AR said, wait, that's a $7.99 book? Why is Predator versus Wolverine an $8 title? That's actually frustrating. I'm going to make sure that I don't have this on the pull list. I don't want to pay $8 for a nostalgia hit. This is what they're priming us for, is to become desensitized to paying larger fees for books when we're not paying attention to what we're doing. But why would I pay? I like Aliens versus Predator stuff. I don't like it $8 a book. I don't think I'm getting $8 value. So I got to read the book 2 or 3 times to get my value out of it. I'm not going to go out on a massive tangent about the price of comic books, because we've all been there. We've all lived it. But $8 freaking dollars for Wolverine versus, Predator versus Wolverine? Why? Because it has Wolverine on the cover? That's just cover A. And they did some homage covers that I stayed away with. I was like, I'll just keep cover A, just pay like $4.99. No, it's $7.99. Either way. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it's one $7.99 book, but then how many other books am I getting week to week where I forgot to pay attention to the price and I lost out on $20 or $30 or $40 this month? It's potentially a thing. We all kind of know that going in that. I'll hit up the chat here in just a little bit. Simple Simon, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Comic Journey in the chat. I am honored. What is up? We're going to hit that stuff up in just a second here. Insert incredibly ridiculous, childish D squad joke, whatever. You know what I mean? The Dark Droids has been a fun event. Now, Marvel, I've actually been kind of upset with the last year or two about the events and how much work they can take to get through, and why I got to buy so many titles that I wasn't reading before. And I'm buying all Star Wars, and even the Star Wars events the last 2 years haven't been that as fun. This has been a lot of fun. And finally, we got a cover with our favorite little war criminal Chopper on it. And this is issue 1, so I'm not quite sure where we're at. I got to pick this up. I got to read this. But Dark Droids has been fun. The event itself has been a good time. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to enjoy it. And if you're a Star Wars fan like me that likes the, not architecture, but likes everything mechanical, between the blasters, the ships, buildings, architecture like that, you like a lot of that sci-fi type stuff that's being built, like equipment like that, and droids. Droids are just something really cool that I enjoy in Star Wars. So Dark Droids continues with Bounty Hunters issue 38, a great General Grievous cover. And that we will get caught up on reading, but they've also got another connecting cover. And I swear to God, if we get all these connecting variants together and Chopper's not in there, I'm going to riot. We're all going to riot if we don't get Chopper in that connecting cover. And then almost done. And I do regret this decision. I do, but we're almost done. 6 issues left to complete this. And like last week we talked about this. If you're sitting there saying, Andy, why did you bother to do that? Why do you regret doing this? It's like, because if I'm going to collect these and then let them go in a trade or a sale, it's much easier to have all 40 of them, to bundle them up and put them on eBay, or to trade them to a community member, than it is to say, hey, I've got 26 of the 40. What do you want to trade? Well, then it's not complete. You're providing more value for what should be $4.99. Yes, $4.99 an issue. It's a much better value if you're looking to trade books with somebody in the community, or you're looking to put a set of books on eBay. If you're going to put all 40 of these on eBay, just be warned, it's 40 books. It's going to be a lot of money to ship 40 books. Almost not quite half a short box of books to ship, but you know what I'm getting at there. We'll talk about it the next time we see one of those. And speaking of anniversary variants, Clone Wars anniversary variant, the 15-year, super cool Cad Bane cover. And I am forever laughing in my head for Paper Chase Comics on Instagram today, calling this the Cowboy Thrawn variant. Super funny. And then the last being the 1 in 25 Buriendis General Grievous cover. Now, the camera does not do the colors on this justice. It looks kind of washed out and kind of grainy, not grainy, but kind of dirty or muddied. It looks really good in person. They did a great job. And it's a 1 in 25 that I picked up for $25. If you are looking for this and you really want it, but you're patient, give it 2 to 3 months and pick it up for $10 to $15. Pick it up. This is easily a $10 to $15 ratio variant on eBay in 2 to 3 months' time if you're patient. If you got to have it now, this week, just don't pay over ratio. And know that when you're paying ratio for this book, you're probably going to lose $10 worth of value, and that $10 just goes to support your LCS. Just know that. Just be forewarned. If you're a Star Wars collector like me and you got to have it right now, we're probably going to lose a little bit of money. But if you're extremely patient, wait 2 to 3 months and pick this up on eBay for what hopefully should be just like a $14.99 cover. As other retailers out there that order lots of copies try to offload the ones that didn't sell at full price, that's essentially how you get ratio variants for well under ratio on eBay, is when all of the online retailers that bought hundreds or however they need to get to the 1 in 100 ratios or 1 in 50s to get those ratios, when they don't sell all the other low ratio books for full price, if they don't sell them all, well, they're just going to throw them up on eBay for $9.99, $10.99, $12.99, $15.99. You're going to see a dip in that price over the next 2 to 3 months. So that's New Comic Book Day. That's the books. Again, we did pick up and unbox a Clone Wars 7 newsstand edition off of eBay, properly packed, properly shipped. Thank you to that seller. And a very fine plus condition, a great solid reader copy for the collection. And super happy to have this. I think we paid $15 plus $4 to $5 for shipping. I think we were right around the $20 out-of-pocket expense to add this to the collection, because another Filoni cover. These Filoni covers are phenomenal out of this series. I want to make sure that if the Ahsoka series continues to bring more attention to Star Wars, that's when people tend to bring books to the secondary market that you wouldn't normally find on an off year, or a year where there's no Star Wars news or bad Star Wars news or whatever, if you will. So I don't know about you guys, but as a Star Wars collector, I've been paying much closer attention to eBay for a lot of the series that I like to collect. And I'm seeing more and more ratio variants out there, which means as the supply picks up, and it outpaces demand, that means prices stabilize. So very fair price for a VF Plus condition reader copy. Happy to have that. And then another fantastic deal this week was Star Wars Darth Vader 4, second appearance of Dr. Aphra, third printing. I did not have a graded third print for the collection. We got the first print, we got the second print. Now we've got the graded third print. The one third print copy that I did have in the collection just wasn't high enough quality to send in for grading, so it stays a reader copy, and it's a 9.8. $50 total expense out of pocket to pick this up, which basically means after you consider $10 for shipping, you're at the price to grade the slab. $40 is essentially the cost to ship a comic book out, get it graded, get it shipped back, pay CGC their fees, pay the shipping company their fees. You're in that neighborhood or ballpark for $40 is essentially the cost to grade a book nowadays. So if you're picking up a slab on eBay for $50 and it's free shipping, you're essentially getting it at cost. So I'm guessing that this retailer graded it, got it back, and it was just getting their money back out of this book and looking to make money off of the batch on other books, ratio variance, whatever. Happy to have this in the collection for the Dr. Aphra collection, basically at cost. So now I don't have to hunt for the book. I don't have to accidentally damage a copy or, concern myself with shipping one out and have it accidentally damaged. It's in a 9.8 right there for the Star Wars Aphra collection. And it's all said and done and wrapped up. Nice little bow there. That's New Comic Book Day. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're almost done. We've got, we'll hit up the link again one more time as we work to bring awareness to the hashtag Keep Gen Reading, the movement going on right now within the community. Everybody, the link is at the top of the chat right now. It's pinned. Everybody, please take a moment to copy, paste, share, save that link somewhere so that when you get time to share the link for this, and we're going to do this right now before everybody that is watching on the other platforms. Here you go. We're dropping it in the chat right now. Everybody on the other platforms, YouTube, no, not just YouTube, here on YouTube, but Facebook and Twitch. There's the link right now that'll take you directly to the GoFundMe or Keep Jennifer Reading. And for everybody out there, Jennifer has got quite the road ahead of her, but she, everybody's in the community letting her know that road is laden with comrades, peers, cohorts, community members and family and friends down that road, and the community is a part of that. So keep the message going, share it. If you can donate, please donate. Over $11,000 is already done within the last almost to that halfway mark for that goal. Let's keep sharing that message going forward so that goal is reached soon before the end of the campaign. So yeah, Kenneth Bird's still here, hanging tight. Hi to Brian, he says, as we clean up the other screens right now. I will be in the dollar bin in I think he meant to say it'll be in the dollar bin in 3 months. I don't know. Star Wars ratio variants very rarely hit dollar bins where I live. If they are for you guys, that's phenomenal. And if you're collecting them and grabbing them up, that's a great way to add to your collection that's a very affordable way to add Star Wars stuff to your collection. And let's get back to where we missed some of this stuff here. Subway messed my sub up. Oh, dude, Biggie, that sucks, man. That's terrible. There's nothing worse than getting a hankering for a really good sandwich and ordering exactly what you want and getting home and it's messed up. That's terrible. Again, Kingdom of Nerds, there's the link right there. Don't be afraid or shy to share your channel link here or have a moderator share the channel link to help build the comic community going forward as more more younger and younger people get into the content creation aspect of things. And more people start to share their links out. We'll find more and more people that are looking for that content. And it's not about content is content. It's who's delivering that content. Different people like different content creators, just like they like different comic books. So the more variety we have, that is the spice of life. That's what's going to make this community continue to grow and be successful at growing in the future. Again, Phil is here. Thanks for being here, man. IWD Turtles is legit. It's been legit for a long time, and it's another title that isn't talked about super often. One of these days, Seawoodard 19 and I will get together for a big Turtles read or a big Turtles hangout in his channel, because Seawoodard 19 is one of the biggest turtle collectors in the comic community that I know. There's Biggie subbing up to Kingdom. Absolutely. There you go. I'm buying Street Fighter versus Turtles, so I had to draw the line at Stranger. Yeah, you can't buy everything. The 80s TMNT cartoon is on Paramount Plus for sure. And I think that Turtles movie is dropping on streaming media here very soon as well. Saga loves to turn off its fans. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Yes. Thank you, Kingdom. He says, Journey says the big break killed the momentum Nice House on the Lake had. Yeah. Agreed. I was really into Nice House on the Lake from Tinian until they took that big break. And when I got back, I picked up the issues, and I still think I haven't even finished like the last 2 issues because I freaking lost them in the sea of comic books. They're in a short box somewhere. I keep a couple of short boxes where my New Comic Book Day books hit if I haven't read them, and they're not organized. They're organized from week to week, which is a terrible way of doing it, and I got to pull them out. and get them read at some point. That's where I'm at, Journeyman. Something's killing children's meh. It's just meh now. Saga's been my favorite read for years. And you guys know we have the full run of graded Saga books still. That we've not let it go and not considering letting go of that. But yeah, again, the breaks hurt. Like I said, I really want to read issue 66, but I feel like I can't sit down and read that tonight without going back and reading three or four more other issues before that to get in the correct headspace to get into issue 66. Oh man, Spawn is starting to actually make sense when I read it, believe it or not. No, I believe it. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the starting to make sense part because you're dead nuts on, brother. LCS sold out of Predator versus Wolf. Why? I don't know. I got to look into that. It's not going to be it's not going to be a book worth $50, $60, $70, $80. It's just Predator versus Wolverine. Those books. Interesting. It's sold out. The $8 book sold out. There's something's up. I don't know. $7.99 cover price will be closer to $20 for Aussies. Are you shitting? That's Jesus. $20 book for Aussies out there by the time it gets there. That's insane. Simple Simon, thanks for being here. Simple Simon is another long-term YouTube comic book community content creator. Simon, man, share your link. Simon, here, you should have been a moderator a long time ago. We're adding Simple Simon as a moderator because he is a trusted community member that if you're available during that Comics Curing Cancer community event, when we're doing the 2-hour live stream here, the more moderators we have here available, the easier it's going to be to manage if any bots get in or anything crazy goes off the chain, so to speak. So Simple Simon, you're a moderator as well. Like we need probably 20 plus moderators available continuously. So if somebody dips out and other people come in, kind of that rotating revolving door that normally happens with YouTube live content that's running hours long like that. And yeah, dollar bins in 3 months. And if you're hitting those things in the dollar bins, that's a gold mine, brother. Usually I end up finding them on eBay for half of what they were New Comic Book Day. And my LCS, just where I live in Michigan, they sell all of them at cover price in the first week. Or not cover price, but at the price tags they put on them. They sell them all within the first week. I'm not sure why. There's just never any Star Wars ratio variants left behind at all, really. I've missed Andy talk about how good the latest Ahsoka episode was. Actually, we've been doing the Ahsoka talk on Legion of Comics. Sorry, Mark's channel, Legion of Comics. We've been doing the Sunday end of the week wrap up talking about Ahsoka over there. Episode 6 was good. It was really good. Episode 5 was really good. And I'm not going to spoil it for the people that haven't watched it, but I'll just say that I'm glad they kept the things that happened in episode 5 in that episode, and I'm glad they kept the things that happened in episode 6 in episode 6. If they tried to cross the streams, Ghostbusters, if they tried to cross the streams from those episodes, I feel like it would have been a disservice to the events in episode 5 and a disservice to the events in episode 6 because of the way Filoni wrote it and staged it. Masterfully done by Filoni and that creative group there to keep the spotlight where it needed to be in those issues, knowing that they only have episodes, knowing that they only have 8 episodes to work with. Who put the creative cap at 8 episodes for Filoni and Ahsoka? I mean, I could have used a couple more, maybe, or maybe that's all the story they had to tell for this season. I'll be honest with everybody here without spoiling anything. I don't think we're gonna get a season 2 of Ahsoka. I really don't. I'm very much in agreement with Legion of Comics and some of the other people. At Week's End on Sunday, coming up 8:30 for content. We're talking about Ahsoka there with Legion of Comics. Let me get to that comment right here. Holy, I got to get caught up in the chat. Right there. This Sunday, 8:30, we'll be on Legion of Comics channel. Make sure, Mark, brother, you are a mod. Make sure that you drop your channel link so all the new people here. Kingdom of Comics might not even be a subscriber over there for you. If Kingdom's still in here, make sure he's a subscriber. He'd probably be really interested. I know he's a Star Wars fan. 8:30 over at Mark's channel. We're going to talk about Ahsoka episode 6 coming up here. And like I said, I'm glad they kept things where they did for 5, and I'm glad they kept things where they did for episode 6, because they only got 8 episodes there's only 2 left. But I got to be honest with you guys. I don't feel like we're going to get a season 2. Based on the writer's strike and based on the way season 1 is flowing, I feel like we're being primed for a movie, but the movie's going to be delayed, obviously, due to the strikes going on. And I'm in agreement with the other guys that were over at Legion of Comics channel last week and the week before, talking about how this is just basically staging for the movies. or movie. I can't really remember what they said. And I'm like, I don't know, my heart and my soul wants another season of Ahsoka, but I don't feel like it's gonna do Ahsoka and those characters justice. I think they need to leap from season 1 to the big screen to do them justice, to be honest with you, to do those characters, the storylines and Filoni and Star Wars justice for what they've started in season 1. It feels like it needs to leap to the big screen, in my opinion. So as much as my heart hurts to say it, I don't feel like we're going to get a season 2. And I hope I'm kind of wrong, but they're treading on thin ice. When the more seasons they do of Ahsoka, the thinner that ice gets, because interest will wane if they just drag on in the seasons. And then you're going to find yourself with 12 seasons of Clone Wars or something like that a lot of people didn't watch until it was too late. Now they're going back and watching it because of Ahsoka. But you get where I'm at, right? The more seasons that you do of Ahsoka, the more people's attention spans will wane leading into the movies. And if you keep it at one season, keep that content concise and keep it impactful, then lead it right into a movie, it's going to be a better Star Wars experience overall, in my opinion. So as much as my heart hurts to say that they're not going to do a season 2, I think that's where they're going, to be honest with you guys. And I want to talk about that more with Legion of Comics this Sunday for sure. Everybody else saying hi. There's the GoFundMe link again there. And there's Legion of Comics showing up. What up, players? We are Legion. Hashtag we are Legion. There were Pred books all over his shop for $8. God bless America. Aussies also have like a $50 minimum wage. Wait, well, I don't know what the conversion rates are or anything like that, but man, Phil's still hanging tough. Shattered Glass, Tyler, what is up, brother? What did you think of Ahsoka? I liked it, but nothing too exciting. Definitely not enough Ahsoka. I think you just missed it when we talked about masterful job by Filoni, I guess is the best way to say it, to keep the things that happened in episode 5 in episode 5, keep episode 6 in episode 6, because if that spotlight waned, or if you tried to mix all of that and then do those characters justice together in episode 5 and then finish that storytelling in 6, the spotlight isn't where it needs to be, and it's less impactful for obviously the two characters in episode 5 and then the couple of characters in episode 6. That's without spoiling things. That's what I'm going to say. That's kind of where my opinion is at. I think they did a phenomenal job with that, keeping the spotlight where it needs to be and keeping it impactful, and how they played that out. Tyler, man, just be there this Sunday for Legion of Comics so we can talk about it, brother. Simple Simon definitely got a wrench. There is the Simple Simon link. Everybody, before you leave, click the Simple Simon link. Make sure that you subscribe to Simple Simon. And also, importantly, click the link above for the GoFundMe and share the GoFundMe for Jennifer there as well. Tyler saying hi at week's end, Sunday, 8:30 for sure. Namish, what is up, man? I think it's all going to tie into a new movie. Yes, I'm in agreement there with you for sure. Namish, brother, you're still here? Please say something really quick. This is the tail end. I think you just showed up. Namish selfishly sent a gift not too long ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. Namish sent this copy of 8 Billion Genies 1, the Bird City Comics exclusive deluxe hardcover. I missed out. He saw that I missed out while he was watching content, hit me up and said, I want to send you a copy. And I'm like, this is phenomenal. I absolutely love the gift. Namish, I'd like to ask your permission to take this and donate this to the Comics Curing Cancer event in next month in October. I think copies of these are going for 150. Asking prices, let me rephrase that, are for 150 for these copies on eBay. Namish, I know you sent this to me as a gift, and I read it, and it's phenomenal. I love it. But I'd like your permission to donate this to the Comics Curing Cancer event next month in October 20th to the 22nd. And he says that would be awesome. So that's going to go in the pile. We're putting together a box of stuff to send for that, including slab books, including this, and including some raw exclusive books that we got from Image. We got some raw exclusives from Image that we're going to be adding to that. So Namish, thank you very much. I hope somebody else is really happy with this. This is a phenomenal read. Probably one of the best paced books. It's actually one of the most expertly written it's not time traveling, but when you time lapse, not time lapse. The word I'm looking for is the amount of time that elapses or happens in this book. Masterful storytelling in the way that they did this. It's done very well. I absolutely love this. This is for sure going to be a book that I add back on my shelf at a later date and time, one way or another. But I'd like to take this token of kindness and gratuity, if you will, and to say thank you, and also pass this on to the Comics of Curing Cancer event. So this would be up for auction at that event. So thank you, Namish. I appreciate you to the moon, man, very much. And again, this was a really damn good read. This was a really damn good read. If you've not read 8 Billion Genies, please do. It was really good. The wait is going to be brutal, but make the movie a better payoff. Yes. And like I'm saying, if you do a season 2 or a season 3 or season 4 of Ahsoka, the movie payoff, it seems like it's going to take away from the movie payoff, in my opinion. Phil says he's already subscribed. That's fine, man. I appreciate that. For anybody else that's not subscribed, if they're here and showing up and they're clicking those links and they're able to subscribe, continued communication about the comic book community is how we educate ourselves and help those new viewers find the other content creators they might be like. I'm sure there's probably 10 people a month that stumble onto this channel that watch it, that don't like it and leave. But if they're here watching it and they say, I don't like this, but they find links to Biggie, they find links to Simple Simon, they find links to Legion of Comics, and find a content creator that they can connect with, that's the important thing. I'd rather have 10 to 20 people come to this channel every month, say they don't like this channel, but they find another channel they do like through this channel, because that's what we're working to do, is help to grow the community. I've been yammering for some time now. Thank you, Nimesh. Really appreciate it. We'll get that packaged up and get that sent with the box of books that's going to C3, guys. Again, there it is, C3 on Instagram. There's a link. Take the moment to click that Comics Curing Cancer link, because if you follow them on Instagram, you're going to get up-to-date updates. You're going to get timely. You're going to get the updates when they release them to find out what's going on and where it's going on. And like we said, October 21st, we will be doing a 2-hour live stream here on this channel for the C3 event. And I've got there's some fun planned, and it's going to be a good time for that event. Such a fun read for sure. All right. That's New Comic Book Day. Don't forget, everybody, if this is your first time here, please hit subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment. It really does help the channel out a lot. The channel needs all the help it can get to continue growing, helping to grow the rest of the community as we all band together to support each other and find the other content creators out there that need our help. And then find the other content receivers, content enjoyers, content people just like you that want to see the other content creators out there. Because let's be honest, YouTube does a terrible job sharing people's content out there. And if you don't do the clickbaity stuff, you don't hit the algorithm, and whatever. You guys know where we're at with that. More importantly, thank you everybody for all the good energy, all the kindness, and all the fun, and being a part of this community and being a part of this channel. And you guys know what we're going to do, right? We're going to end this on a high note. It's been a great week. It's been a tough week, but it's been a good night. I'm going to go peace out. I'm going to go pinkies out. I'm going to catch you all on the flip side for the next one. Remember, the most important part all day, every day, stay original and authentic, and take care of each other, because we are all we have. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great night, everybody.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller buggy has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. Double up, double up, double up. The money I turn